somewhere between your first job and your third car payment. It happened. The moment a $530 monthly obligation to a financing company became a line item so expected, so permanent, so structurally embedded in your monthly budget that removing it would feel not like financial progress, but like losing something, like downsizing, like the specific kind of backward movement that people who are not doing well financially experience. Not people who are building, not people who are winning, not people who have figured something out. The car payment became normal, not because you decided it was normal, because everyone around you has one, because every budget template you have ever seen includes a vehicle line item calibrated around a payment rather than around ownership, because the entire infrastructure of American personal transportation, the dealer, the manufacturer, the financing arm, the insurance industry, the monthly payment frame, is built around the assumption that you will always have a payment, and the only variable is how large it is and for how long. Here is the thing about normal. Normal, in 2026, is the average American household spending $530 a month on a vehicle they do not own, at an average loan term of 68 months, on a depreciating asset that loses between 15 and 25% of its value annually for the first 3 years. Normal is $530 every month, leaving an account that could be building something, compounding, accumulating, working, going instead to a financing company that charges 6.4% on a product whose value is declining every month the payment is made. Normal is expensive. Normal is engineered, and normal is not the same as correct. My name is Mia. Today I am showing you how the car payment became normalized, what it is costing you on the actual numbers, and the specific decision that exits the payment permanently, without requiring you to drive something unreliable, embarrassing, or inconsistent with a professional life. How the monthly payment frame replaced the purchase decision. Let me show you when the car payment became the unit of measurement, because it did not start as the natural way to evaluate a vehicle purchase. It was installed. In the 1950s and 60s, automotive financing was a minority of vehicle purchases. Most buyers saved, purchased used, and held vehicles until the cost of maintenance exceeded the cost of replacement. The monthly payment existed, but was not the default frame. The auto manufacturers and their captive financing arms, Ford Motor Credit, GMAC, Chrysler Financial, spent the following 5 decades systematically replacing the total cost frame with the monthly payment frame. Not through deception, through advertising, through dealership training, through the specific sales process choreography that moves every vehicle conversation from what does it cost to what can you afford monthly. What can you afford monthly is a completely different question than what does it cost. It is a question that can be answered in a way that makes almost any vehicle seem affordable by extending the term. The vehicle that costs $68,000 becomes affordable at $687 a month if the term extends to 84 months. The monthly frame makes the $68,000 purchase feel like a $687 decision. The total cost, $68,000 plus the interest on an 84-month loan, is approximately $82,000. But the monthly frame never showed you that number. It showed you 687. The monthly payment frame is not a convenience, it is the product. It was designed to make expensive things feel affordable by distributing the cost across a timeline long enough to stay below the anxiety threshold, and to produce a generation of buyers who evaluate vehicle affordability exclusively by whether the payment fits rather than whether the total cost serves their financial position. What the normal car payment actually costs over a career here is the number that the monthly payment frame was specifically designed to prevent you from calculating. The average Gen Z buyer enters the car payment cycle at approximately 23 years old. Average payment, $530 monthly. Average loan term, 68 months. After the first loan clears, a new vehicle is purchased because the loan end is designed to coincide with the moment the current vehicle feels dated and the new model year is on the showroom floor. And the cycle restarts. Across a 40-year working career, the average buyer who maintains a continuous car payment from 23 to 63 makes approximately 480 payments of an average amount that increases with inflation and vehicle prices over time. At a conservative average of $550 monthly across the full period, the total paid is approximately $264,000 in vehicle payments alone, before insurance, before fuel, before maintenance, $264,000 in payments, producing zero equity, zero compounding, zero residual value at the end of each loan cycle, because each vehicle depreciates to a trade-in value that covers a portion of the next vehicle's down payment, producing a smaller loan with a similar payment on a newer vehicle. Now the compounding alternative. $550 monthly invested at 7% average annual returns from age 23 to 63. Approximately $1.4 million. $1.4 million. versus zero equity from the vehicle payment line alone, from the single decision to exit the payment cycle rather than maintain it as a permanent feature of the monthly budget. The exit, specific, realistic, and available this week. Here is the exit that does not require sacrifice beyond the normal, just a different sequence. The exit begins with the current vehicle. Whatever it is, whatever it costs to maintain, drive it to paid off if a payment exists. Then drive it for 2 more years after the payment stops. Save the former payment amount every month into a dedicated vehicle replacement fund in a high-yield savings account. $530 monthly for 24 months after the loan clears accumulates approximately $13,500. $13,500 purchases a reliable 3 to 5-year-old used vehicle with between 30 and 60,000 miles. Outright, without financing, without interest, without a monthly payment. A Toyota Camry, a Honda CR-V, a Mazda CX-5. Vehicles with documented reliability histories, lower insurance premiums than new vehicles, and a depreciation curve that has already flattened from the initial steep decline. Drive it for 4 to 6 years. Maintain it. At the end of 4 to 6 years of driving a paid-off vehicle, the former payment amount, redirected to a high-yield savings account since month 69 of the previous loan, has accumulated another $25,000 to $38,000. The next vehicle purchase is cash. Again, permanently. The sequence produces one transition loan, the current vehicle driven to zero balance, then 2 years of payment-free driving while the replacement fund builds. After that transition, the payment is gone, permanently. The transportation budget becomes a maintenance and fuel budget. The former payment amount becomes an investment, every month, for the rest of the career. You did not choose the car payment as a permanent feature of your financial life. You inherited it from a system that normalized the monthly frame before you were old enough to evaluate it, and the normalization was not accidental. It was the product of 5 decades of deliberate marketing investment by the most profitable industry in the American consumer economy. You are not behind. You've just been reading a map drawn by the people who want you lost. Hit subscribe, because next week I am inside the insurance industry. The auto, renters, and life products that are either dramatically underpriced against your real risk or dramatically overpriced against what you actually need, and showing you every extraction point between the quote and the coverage. And I'll leave you with this: $530 a month. Every month, for something you will never fully own. Normal was never neutral. It was profitable for everyone except you.